Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Corn Corner brand new segment. This is called the Freaky Friday. Now, will this come out on a Friday? Maybe. Will we record this on a Friday? That's also a big maybe. But the point of this is we're going to talk about some things that are a little bit too racy to talk about on Wednesdays. And remember, Wednesdays is when the podcast comes out. And that's a day where we're not allowed to talk about racy things.
Nope. Corporate won't allow it.
Freaky Friday. So we're going to talk about leather, and we're going to talk about that in a kinky way. It's going to be the hottest YouTube segment ever made.
It's going to be questionable re-monetization.
Yes. So today what we're doing is we're putting together a DIY leather kit from our friends from Sabersmith. They are high-quality leather makers in Oregon. They really have their stuff together.
Yeah, this kit is like the opposite of if IKEA made leather.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Like, even down to the little bitty details. So they sent us over about 4 or 5 kits. There's a chapstick kit. It's this cute little thing you can put your chapstick in. There's a minimal wallet that you can make. You might like that.
Yeah, actually.
So we open up these bags, and they have everything you need, from the tools down to instructions. There's a QR code. You go into there. They even have these little bitty glue things and little like edge gum things.
It's like just fully comprehensive. There's nothing you need to provide.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I just built a desk yesterday and it was like, I had all the shit and then it was like, also a drill not provided. And then like it was like, you need these 4 tools not provided.
I'm buying this from Wayfair.com. You think I have a drill?
Yeah.
One of the little things I thought was cool is like the thread is on here, and all you have to do is like pull the little tabs and the thread comes off easy. And they even said that in the video. They're like, pull the things.
Yeah. Also, I just learned how to saddle stitch because of that video.
You're saddle stitching.
Yeah.
You're in a flow state.
I didn't know what that was. I mean, I've heard it before, but now I know how to saddle stitch.
We're gonna get you a one of those saltwater tanks next.
For what?
To get you in a flow state.
Oh, okay. I was like...
So anyway, and this has like this little bitty multi-tool here. So and it does many different things. It's engraved. It's honestly a really beautiful thing. I'm a person who doesn't like DIY things. I'll be honest. I'm not having a fine time with this.
Yeah, like you're like, I just would buy the finished product. And if that is you, good news. Sabersmith makes all that.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is like, this DIY kit is actually really fun.
Yeah. I think it's because it's just put together well by fellow neurodivergents.
Yes. And as one, you can say it.
Yeah, I do get to say that.
You actually did comment on that.
Yeah.
In the very beginning.
Yeah, with that before we were filming. I was like, wow, they really thought of everything. Like, this really makes sense for me. Like, stepwise.
Yeah.
Well, it's because even those things are labeled like by step, and each individual item is labeled. You're not guessing anything.
It's pretty wild.
And the amount of YouTube videos that sum up the directions is super helpful to me, because you don't want one like huge video that you're like, wait,
yeah.
Every step is something different. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah. So we're going to be putting together this throughout this video, but today we want to talk about leather.
Special leather.
As a whole.
That's a Metalocalypse reference there for anyone who happened to watch that.
I didn't.
That's one of my favorite Adult Swim shows, actually.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch anything on Adult Swim. That was a little too racy for me.
Is that for real?
Yeah.
You didn't... Well, you watched Tim and Eric.
I did watch Tim and Eric.
Yeah. I was like, that's like... But I guess that's like the least racy of everything that was on Adult Swim.
But also, when I saw Tim and Eric in the beginning, I didn't think it was funny.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I was like, what?
Yeah.
But there were a lot on there. I was like, Squidbillies, all that shit. Not for me. Super Jail, terrible. Anyway, leather.
So, in a kink atmosphere,
Yeah.
what are some of your favorite leather items to wear?
Well, I didn't like actually get into leather until fairly recently in my little kink life.
Why was that?
Because as you also were, rope was the only thing I did in kink, and it like became such a focus and obsession that I like didn't do anything else, which kind of sucks in retrospect.
Yeah.
Because I like rope and always will, but I kind of prefer other things now because it takes so much less to do to just like like with leather, you put the thing on and do a buckle, and you're in bondage. Boom, bam. Like you don't have to like, okay, hold on, sit there for 10 minutes while I tie this structure and da da ba da ba.
Yeah.
And if like something bad happens in leather, which
I was
like
literally about to say that.
which like hopefully it doesn't, but like then you undo the thing
and you're good to go.
And then you're out and it's fine.
Can you get wrist drop from being in leather?
I think technically yes, depending on what you're in, but I kind of doubt. It's not as dangerous as rope. That's like for sure. Anything can be dangerous if you're not operating in a safe risk-aware manner, but
I'm just kind of getting into leather bondage.
Yeah.
I was kind of a rope
purist, you can say it.
I wanted to change the word purist into something bad, like it was like egotistical, like it was like pompous.
Yeah.
I thought it was like the best, and I'm like, oh wait, that's really stupid.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to mix stuff, but yeah, now I like it.
Well, it's because like rope, everyone's like, well, it requires actual skill. You don't need skill to.
Off, you
and it's
fuck.
like, that's not really what this is about for me anymore. I just kind of want to have fun and get beat up.
You don't need like to have fun.
I know. That's what you're doing this for?
Yeah.
Weirdo. Anyway, we were talking about favorite things. I think one of my favorite things overall is a hood. Like, I have a really tight, custom sized hood from Restricted Senses, I think is the brand. And it only has the nose holes. So like there's no mouth or eyes. So it's a sensory deprivation hood because you can't see, you can't hear as good because of how tight it is over your ears. And then, hold on, wait. And then your breathing is more limited because of like also how tight the hood is and that you can only breathe through your nose holes.
Yeah.
And I like that because it's like a pretty easy way to get in the headspace quickly or like into like play zone. Cause you know, like, I feel like I've talked about this before. When I first started topping people,
I may do it now.
Oh, if you want to.
Yeah.
I was getting all into it. It's fun, actually.
No, you want to keep doing it.
No, you go. It's fun when you get going. You're going to like it.
Tell me, everyone, this is really good for a thing. I've never had someone give me something like this.
It was like toddler hand. I regressed.
Show me how to do it really quick.
Okay. So which one is which? Okay. So you're always like switching the needles between your hands. So that's going through this hole. This one's going through that hole. And you pull it all the way through. And I kept getting that stuck. So. And then this one goes through the same hole you just came out of.
Got it. Okay.
So the needles are constantly switching between your hands.
All right, so back to it. Keep going.
When I first started topping, I would always blindfold people because it was intimidating to me as a top for them to be able to look at what I was doing or look at me, which is a good tip for anyone out there. If you want to start topping in scenes and stuff or whatever, put a blindfold on them.
Yeah.
Because then they can't judge things you're doing. And there's like already, like putting a blindfold on someone, the bottom already feels a sense of like being controlled or whatever because you've taken away one of their main senses. So if someone can't see, they're already, this sounds worded really badly, but you know what I mean, vulnerable to you. Trust.
You're trying to say it's easier to take.
Yeah. So that comes back to the hood. I like the hood because it is like an immediate like whoop, like you're going to do something else now, whatever. That's a fun one to me.
Yeah.
I was just looking at on Etsy the discreet cuff things because I really like the idea of
That's a Sabersmith product.
Yeah, I really actually want to commit to getting some because I like the idea of having things like that don't take a lot of doing. Like it'd be fun to just be, what's the word I'm looking for?
Bound?
Spontaneous.
Yeah.
Like you get home or whatever, something, get through the door and want to immediately put bondage on. You don't have to go and like grab a whole thing.
Yeah.
Like it'd be cool to just be like, hacha, like whatever. I like that. And I think that in life, you fucked up.
Please don't. They can't see my mess ups.
I think that was a thing that we both got all wrapped up in and wrote, like, wrapped up in and wrote. I don't want to have to do a lot of stuff all the time. Like, I want to just have fun, and there's ways to do kink stuff that are minimal. And that's why when I do rope anymore, I don't suspend people. I just tie people on the ground with like one rope and then do stuff. Anyway, that was a rambly little bit for me, the goblin over here. So I feel like you're newer to any leather interests than I am.
Yeah.
What have you like done? I'm trying to think of, because I would have been part of most of them probably.
Yeah, I think you were probably part of all of them. I mean, mainly I just think about leather as like garments. Like,
Yeah,
I don't really
like
like
fashion.
think about it as like kink, I guess. Like bondage.
Yeah. I
You know?
mean, that certainly is like the old leather aspect of kink, which is something that a lot of people our generation aren't familiar with or don't know much about,
Yeah.
because it's a whole different, like the like San Francisco gay leather culture, things like that.
Yeah.
Not that it's only in San Francisco. Obviously, there's leather culture all over.
Yeah. I just like I have like a leather corset that I really love, and
Yeah.
I really love wearing it because it makes me feel like it like kind of gets like nicer every time I wear it because it gets like more broken in.
Yeah.
I feel like I like investing in like really nice leather. There's some like leather like dresses that I want really bad that would be like a dream to have.
Yeah.
Um
I think there's an aspect of those kind of things also where it's like they're kind of one of a kind in a way,
yeah.
because each thing, when we buy those kind of things, are handmade. Like it's like a few people, if not just one person, making those like things, and that's cool.
Yeah, agreed. Like that's what I like about latex is like custom sizes, like it's
Yeah.
made for you.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
All my fashion leather stuff is like custom sized, and it's sick that you can do that. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I'm trying to think of my favorite, probably my bulldog harness thing.
The thing's cool.
Yeah.
Sabersmith gave me like a harness of sorts that I really like. It's really
A harness of sorts.
It's
It took
really
me
nice.
a second to be like, a harness that one straps onto their body,
yeah.
one
well,
may say.
someone could do that.
Yeah.
With it, but it's awesome.
You can say strap on,
Can you say that?
Yeah, it's not gonna. I watch a lot of lesbian YouTubers. I do.
Do you really?
Yeah, no, for real. I quite a few, frankly.
I didn't know there's a whole group of them.
There's lots, like NB and whatever lesbian.
NB?
Yeah, you're familiar. Anyway, also they're always sponsored by sex toy companies.
That's. I don't know that.
It's Scotia Bank time. It's very funny. Anyway, you were talking about how your favorite leather thing is the corset because it's gender affirming. It like expand on that maybe, because I feel like I have the same thing, or maybe I'll just talk.
I mean, it's gender affirming because it makes me look hot.
Yeah, that's the main
No,
thing.
no. I mean, I feel. I don't know. It feels like a high quality piece of, like a high quality thing to wear. It just feels good. Like, accentuates all the things that I want to accentuate,
The curves.
if you will.
I think-
it's very cool.
For mine was moving away from things like that and like buying. It was frankly shopping at Mr. S instead of instead of like femme-oriented leather stores, which obviously there's nothing wrong with. It's just that's not what we're going for right now.
You hate femmes.
Yeah. We haven't gotten in the transition timeline where like you come back around to where you can wear the clothes before,
Yeah,
but you
yeah.
still are fine. So
You'll get there, babe. You'll get there.
it's like a year off, but I'm not too worried. But I think I bought one of the first things was probably my pup mask from Mr. S. And
You went there?
no, I've never been to the store, but I really want to. I've only been in San Francisco during like busy times, and it sounds like a nightmare for my social anxiety to go to like Mr. S around Folsom. Like, that'd be crazy. But I order stuff from their store. They're really cool with custom sizes because the small to like medium size is like double what I am because my little chest and stuff.
Yeah.
But all you do is write them to be like, hey, I need this in a custom size, and they're like on top of it. They're super cool.
Yeah.
But I bought a pup hood from there because I had been buying the like kind of more like femmy ones that like, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And then the ones from Mr. S are like butch as hell. Like they're like, hello, I'm a dog. Yeah. And then I got the little matching, actually, Reflective Desire got me my first ones. He like gifted me a hood and a bulldog harness from there. And like, I think a collar came with it because he knew how badly I wanted it. And
That's nice.
yeah, and I could not afford it at the time. But it's like the harness is cut like here and here instead of being anything under boob. And this was before top surgery, so that was like really like awesome to have. And the cuts of all the things from Mr. S are super masculine. And it's very gender affirming to go put stuff on from there and be like,
Yeah, totally.
yeah.
Totally. That's awesome.
That was like also Folsom felt like that in some ways, but
Also, was awesome. You were shirtless for
yeah,
the majority of it.
that was like the second time I'd been shirtless in public, besides my birthday in New Orleans.
We talked about going to the little pup area.
I know. I want to do that next time. The Folsom was really overwhelming this past time in a good way,
Yeah.
but we both didn't know what the hell we were doing or getting into.
Yeah, I had no idea.
So now this upcoming year we'll be
So we're going to be
prepared.
So much better prepared.
Yeah, and we can go to the pup area because I've never been around other pups. I was supposed to. Oh no, it's next Sunday. There's a pup thing happening here. That
Yep.
Bo. Sorry, I had to go through the Rolodex. They would laugh at that.
Yeah.
I was like, which one's the public one?
Yeah.
Anyway.
God.
And that's the thing that I'm excited about also in terms of leather is like going to bars here and experiencing like the culture, like Bo boot blacks. So that's a part of leather culture that they taught me how to do it once at a con, but I'm interested in learning more about that kind of stuff.
You should learn it because my docs are in really bad shape.
So are mine. Mine are awful. Like I do have the stuff for it. Like I know enough.
I'm not sure I could provide you with like a fulfilling kinky experience.
My boot blacking service would be, don't look at me. I'm going to be over here with your boots because I don't want that kind of shit. I'm not doing this so you can watch me and praise me. I'm just
like, actually, please don't.
That'd be like me cleaning and being like, could you please watch and approve? That's like my nightmare. Let's, in the leather thing, in the pantheon of leathers, what's something that you have not tried that you do want to, like any like gear or things like that?
I want a dress bad.
Yeah.
I want like a custom dress.
I think you showed me that one actually. Yeah.
There's this one brand I like want it from really bad.
Yeah.
Any
Any like fetish gear stuff besides the dress? That's not a.
I mean,
no
I hate
wrong
to say
answers.
this, but no, not really.
Yeah.
Honestly, no. I mean, there's nothing I really like want or.
I think the fashion shit is cool enough to be into.
Yeah, like I just. Yeah, I don't really care about it.
You're not a gearhead.
No, I'm not. Like I don't care. Like I feel like rope kind of like did that.
It really
to
takes
me,
it out of you.
Where I was like, I cared so much about like rope, like types and brands, and bullshit that I don't care about. Like I'm like bondage is bondage.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'd rather have a human being that's like, hey, I really love leather. I have all this leather. Let's do it.
Totally.
And then
Like heavy.
Yeah, or have someone who's like, I'm really into rope. Let's do rope, or whatever it is.
By heavy, I meant the person, not like heavy.
Yeah,
leather.
yeah, yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, so I'd rather that. So no, I don't really care about the gear, to be honest. Like,
You're not a collector. Like,
No,
I'm a collector.
I'm the opposite of a collector.
Yeah,
I don't want things.
We are very polar in that. And maybe that's part of why we get along really well in our like dichotomy.
That's why like the only thing I'm really talking about is like
the fashion.
I want to pay $5,000 for a dress.
Yeah, but that's not. I'm not doing that. Like, so we're just on different ends of the spectrum. But I feel like that is a problem in kink where people are like, well, you're not doing it right, and it's like, no, there is no. If that's what you want to do, then fucking do it. Who cares? Like, you don't need to like be over here owning like 10 different devices or whatever to be like legit.
But also the things that I enjoy about like kink and stuff is like I like humiliation and like talking and like
it doesn't
that
take
kind of
stuff.
thing. Like it doesn't that's what I think's fun and like what I excel at. So
that's why I don't use implements that much. I just use my hands because like I'm not like you where I'm not verbal with my uncomfort causing to other people.
Yeah.
I'm physical and won't talk at all. And I don't need anything other than these hands to hurt you. I think as the person who is obsessed with collecting gear, I want a sleep sack really bad, like a leather sleep sack, because it's like the heaviest one you can get in terms of how it feels when you're in it and stuff. So I already have a neoprene one and I have a canvas one, but I want a leather one, but it has to be custom sized because I'm shaped insanely because I'm so long, but like small this way. And that's going to be like $3,000 or something. And I can't reason that right now.
Yeah. It's the same thing with that dress. It's like the time's not right.
Yeah.
I don't
We'll get there.
I mean, like, I just don't. So I'm like, it wouldn't add that much to my life. Like,
and it's hard to invest in something like that when, like, I'm not going to use that sleep sack every week.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't have that much, like, consistent use for it, really. So it's not a worthy investment yet. But there's other stuff to get until then, maybe. I want to get a nice whip, like a single tail.
Yeah.
Or a signal whip and learn how to do that.
How does it get so tied up?
Life finds a way. How did it? Okay, here. Anyway, any closing leather thoughts?
The best stuff, Sabersmith. I've said it all. I've said it for years.
I said it once. I said it before. All I want. What's a catchphrase? Some other catchphrase that we can put it in. Cuckoo for Sabersmith. Nah, but
when I'm shopping Sabersmith.
That's good. That's a really good one. I want to end this little ditty the same way I end most of our kink-oriented videos. Tell everyone to be safe, sane, and consensual with their play. Ascribe to rack model, risk-aware consensual kink. Don't be scared to say no. Don't be scared to negotiate and say what you need and say what you want.
It's very smart.
Don't take no shit, especially from a cis man. Hey!
Hey, yo.